Yo, what's good everybody, it's your boy Malcolm and I'm back for another video, and y'all already know from the title what this is about. It is the best day of the month. It's Boruto Day. Boruto 2 Blue Vortex chapter 19 just dropped, and it's time to talk about it, break it down, figure it out, and there's a lot of deep stuff that went on in this chapter, so we got a lot to talk about. So make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that noti bell, because I got a lot more stuff coming. Let's go ahead and get into this video. Alright, so as y'all probably remember from the last chapter, it ended with Araya dispelling Ryu's sand with the special sword that Shinki gave him, and we didn't really know what that meant, but now we know what that meant. The beginning of this chapter, they took us back in the past and showed us Shinki giving him a sword that was infused with his own chakra, so that way he would be able to use his iron sand if he ever needed to do so. Not only that, but Shinki might go, so he had to flex on him as well, because once he did it, Ryan was like, yo, this is gonna make it a little bit harder for you to fight me when we spar. And he was like, bro, don't even worry about it. It'll be an added handicap. I'm still gonna flood you. But he also mentioned that it wasn't nothing that he was giving him this sword because this sword could be used to protect his dad. As we know, Shinki's dad, Gaara, is everything to him. Shinki was an orphan. He was all by himself. He had no one, and his power was just out of control. And Gaara gave him a purpose, a reason to live, something to do. So now Shinki will literally give anything to make sure Gaara is safe. And it's a little deeper than that because Shinki has a deep love and respect for the village in itself, and Gaara is the head of that village. So without Gaara, the village is automatically going to be a little bit less safe, a little bit less good. So he's going to do everything in his power to make sure Gaara is good, and that's all he ever thinks about is his dad. And in that same conversation, Araya's talking to him like, yo, you should show Yoda a little bit more attention. And Shinki like, you say all I talk about is my dad. All you talk about is Yoda. And I'm gonna be honest, I kind of felt a little bit of romantic tension between Yoda and Araya, but I never thought it was anything serious. But in this chapter, we found out that Araya genuinely loves Yoda. Like, that damn near is his reason for living. But then we go back to the present and we see the fight and we see that they are beasts. That sword is already epic because it can dispel any sand that Ryu has going, and it's lit, it's getting things done. But then Yodo has the ability to hear the hiding spot of Ryu, and Araya can now strike, which did bring up a question for me. What is their normal dynamic in their regular team between Shinki, Yodo, and Araya? Because Yodo is a sensory type, so she's good at sensing where the enemy is and letting Araya and Shinki know where they're at. But like, I mean, do you always need that in a battle? I feel like in a lot of battles, she would end up being useless because what is her combat abilities? I haven't really seen that. I want to see what she can do in combat. And yes, I know that it's not all about combat. Sensory ninjas are necessary. Those things are good. But I do kind of want to see what she does a little bit because I ain't seen nothing for real. Not only are Yodo and Araya beasts, but Sarda and Mitsuki are demons now. Throughout this entire fight, we see that Sarda has a more refined bag. She got a lot of jutsu that she can tap into and make work. And Mitsuki, he is that dude. At the beginning of the fight, he instantly pops Sage Mode and is on Ryu's ass. Him popping Sage Mode at the beginning of this fight tells me one of two things. One, either Mitsuki believes that his Sage Mode is so strong that he's gonna get this fight over with quick. He's gonna instantly run in there, pop Sage Mode, mop Ryu up, and everything's cool. Or two, he can use this Sage Mode for an extended period of time because it wouldn't make sense for him to start the fight with Sage Mode if it wasn't one of those two options. Either he thinks this is going quick or he thinks that he has enough time to go through a long drawn out battle with Ryu. Either way, it means his Sage Mode has upgraded because in regular Boruto, before 2 Blue Vortex, he saved that Sage Mode for last, and even when he popped it, it had a bunch of negative repercussions on his body. But now, it seemed like he free to just pop Sage Mode, whatever, and do what he needs to do. But our team of ninjas are in their bag, doing their thing, and actually holding their own against Ryu, and then Ryu turns into sand and disappears. Now, if that ain't the most broken ability ever, like, it's one thing to control iron sand and just bring the iron out the sand. That's already OP. But the ability to turn into sand itself and just fucking disappear, now that's broken as hell, man. I get that he's a Shinju and he's supposed to be OP, but how are we supposed to fight against that? Well, we're able to fight against it. But if it wasn't for this magical sword, how the fuck would they fight against that? Luckily, Araya's sword also has the ability to join sand together, so he brings Ryu back, and Sarada is able to hit him with a Chidori. Unfortunately, the Chidori isn't clean enough, which really shows Ryu's prowess, because Sarada is fast as shit, and she has that Sharingan. When it comes down to accuracy, that is one thing she has in spades, so Ryu would have had to be ready to get the fuck up out of there. If he was able to avoid Sarada's move, he's next level. If you've been watching my monthly Boruto reviews, you already know a character that I hate more than anybody else, and that's Konohamaru. He is terrible, and he showed us this chapter that he still sucks. We cut over to him and Matsuri talking. He is absolutely fumbling the bag. This man is sitting here arguing with her about not wanting to be called a certain thing. Dude, this is not your friend. This is not a casual conversation of what she can call you. This is a mission. The goal is to gain their trust and then backstab them. Did you forget what Shikamaru told you? It doesn't matter what she calls you. It doesn't matter that it makes you uncomfortable. Go with it so that way we can get on with the plan, you fucking idiot. And then we cut over to Ada, and Ada can clearly see what's going on, even though Konohamaru can't. Matsuri doesn't really care about what she can call him. Matsuri cares that they don't have the relationship to where she can call him something that close and comfortable and all that. That's what's really bothering her. If Konohamaru wasn't an idiot, he would be able to see through that and realize that it's not that big a deal. Just let her call you that. If you do the plan right, she gonna be dead in a couple minutes anyway. It don't really matter. And Ada is also giving Boruto and Koji updates on how the things are going, so they know that these fights aren't going super great. They know that Konohamaru is losing, and they know that our ninjas are doing alright, but they're not like absolutely killing it. And Boruto wants to go rush into the fight, and Koji tells him to sit down and chill. It's not the right time. Now, on behalf of all the readers right now, my message to Koji is, shut the fuck up. If Boruto wants to go into battle, let him go into battle. That's what I came here for. This is called Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. I want to see Boruto get in there and mix it up with them, because he gonna turn the tide and get us that dub. Koji, stop telling my boy to sit back down. Let him wild out, let him do his thing, and let him cause more chaos. That's what we need right now. Like, don't get me wrong, I am enjoying seeing everybody try to hold their own without Boruto, but like, Boruto is just so clean. Bro is really good at fighting. He got so many new jutsu in his bag. And honestly, I'm pretty confident that if Boruto were to pull up on this fight, he could get it done pretty quick. He was able to take out Sasuke's Shinju. If he could take that out, then I'm sure he could take out Moegi's Shinju. Now, Shinki's Shinju might be a bit of a problem because he is kind of OP. But I'm sure Boruto could do it, especially with the help of his team. Let Boruto get in there. We want to see the fight. Okay, now we have what I find to be the most interesting part of the chapter. It's Jura's monologue and what Jura was talking about. Jura is sitting there talking to all the other Shinju, kind of breaking it down what's going on and what he's learned about human behavior. And he said that humans have this one problem called reasoning, and that reasoning dulls their natural instincts and makes them weaker. Their instincts make them strong and it helps them fight, but once they get intelligence, they get weak because they start thinking about things and it makes things just a little bit tougher. However, Shinju don't have that problem because they listen to their instincts and they do exactly what their instincts are telling them to do, and that is what keeps them strong. And to this point, that seems to be true. Their instincts are telling them, hey, go devour this person, go do this, go do that. They listen and they're doing it pretty fucking well. I think Jura hit the nail right on the head on that one. But he also says there's a second problem, which could even become an issue to the Shinju, and that's love. Jura didn't break this down himself, so I'm gonna do my best to break it down for you guys. We know that each Shinju is particularly targeting one person to devour them, but we didn't truly understand why. I think this love conversation gave us extra answers to that question. Because on the next page, Matsuri is talking to Konohamaru and she's saying, these feelings I have for you are so deep. The only way I can get rid of those is if I devour you and I won't have to feel those anymore. So these Shinju are all trying to get the person that they love most. The person that they love most is who they are targeting. We know that Shinki loves Gaara the most. Sasuke loves Sarada the most. Apparently, Konohamaru loves Moegi the most. But this now brings up a new question, because Jura is targeting Naruto, but we know that there's no base for Jura. Jura is just the Ten Tails. So why does the Ten Tails love Naruto. And honestly, I wish I had an answer for you. Maybe it has something to do with him being the reincarnation of Ashura. Maybe it has something with him containing the Nine Tails. Well, it probably wouldn't even be him containing the Nine Tails because Jura didn't switch his target over to Himawari. His target is still Naruto. For what reason would the Ten Tails love Naruto? If y'all have the answer to that, let me know in the comments. I'm trying to figure out. Maybe y'all got a theory. I'm kind of stuck there, but that's what I got from that Jura monologue. Overall, I thought that gave us a lot of insight about what's been going on with those Shinju. Now we cut back over to the action, and it seems like we were getting the upper hand against Ryu and things were kind of going our way. But now, Ryu just opened up and spawned a bunch of claw grimes. Honestly, I didn't think that was gonna be a problem either. I thought we were at the point where claw grimes ain't really no issue. We can just smoke them down and keep it moving, but they quickly became an issue. Mitsuki and Sarada were able to handle a little bit. Mitsuki summoned some snakes. Sarada used the Phoenix Flower Jutsu, which I didn't know that she knew. This just shows she got a big refined bag now. Shout out Sarada. But one of the claw grimes goes and attacks Yodo, and obviously Araya has to jump in and try to save her. He slices his sword in the claw grime, but the claw grime locks it down. He's stuck and can't get the sword out. Now, Ryu was smart enough to re-summon the claw grime back into him, take the sword away, and now we're left completely defenseless. We were already just barely holding our own, even with the magic sword that Shinki gave us. Without the sword, we're not standing a chance, and I think it's about time that Boruto comes and saves us, because I don't know how we getting out of this one without that sword. And at the very end of the chapter, Konohamaru almost gets devoured by Matsuri. What else is new? Konohamaru is always selling the bag. Overall, I thought this chapter was really good. We got a lot more insight into the Shinju and the things that were going on there. We got a pretty good fight between the ninja and Ryu. I think things are going pretty well. My predictions for next week is Boruto gotta pull up. If Boruto doesn't pull up, I don't know how we make it away. Ryu is too strong. Konohamaru clearly can't handle this by himself. Maybe, just maybe, I'll hold out a little face for Konohamaru, even though he's not that smart. Maybe he's strong enough to overpower Matsuri and somehow get out of there alive. I don't have a lot of faith, but maybe. I know he is strong. He do got a lot of Naruto's jutsu in his bag. He was trained by Naruto. So hopefully he can find a way to pull out this dub. I don't have much faith, but I'm hoping that maybe he can get it done. This chapter was good. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know what y'all think about that Jura theory. I want to know why Jura is targeting Naruto specifically. I still don't have the answer for it. But thank you guys so much for tuning into the video. If y'all haven't done so already, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.